Special guest with us in our show, पाकिस्तान में यूरोपीय यूनियन की सफ़ीर रीना क्योंका आज हमारे साथ हमारे प्रोग्राम में खुसूसी मेहमान के तौर पर शरीक हैं। मोहतरमा एंड एम्बेसडर रीना क्योंका कई साल तक मुख्तलिफ ममालिक के हवाले से यूरोपीय यूनियन की पॉलिसी बनाने के लिए काम करती रही हैं और इसके साथ भी यूरोपियन काउंसिल के सदर की मुशीर के तौर पर भी इन्होंने खिदमात सरंजाम देती रही हैं। रीना के बारे में अगर ये कहा जाए कि ये एक पाकिस्तान दोस्त शख्सियत हैं, शी इज़ अ फ्रेंड्स ऑफ पाकिस्तान, तो ये बात बिल्कुल भी गलत नहीं होगी क्योंकि जुलाई 2022 में पाकिस्तान में यूरोपीय यूनियन की सफ़ीर की हैसियत से अपनी जिम्मेदारियां संभालने के बाद से लेकर अब तक उन्होंने पाकिस्तान और यूरोपीय यूनियन के दरमियान सिफारती और डिप्लोमेटिक और जो ट्रेड और जो साथ में तरक्याती जो मंसूबे हैं उनके हवाले से शानदार परफॉर्म किया है। आइए हम आपकी मुलाकात करवाते हैं। रीना क्योंका इस वक्त हमारे साथ हमारे स्टूडियोज़ में मौजूद भी हैं। Hello and a very good morning, Madam Ambassador. Hello. I hope like you're liking Karachi. It's your second visit to Karachi?
It's my second visit. It's a crazy city.
It is a crazy city indeed. And how did you find Karachi? We people are like pretty famous in our hospitality.
Your hospitality is one thing you're famous for. Your traffic is quite amazing as well.
Oh, we have terrible traffic issues, and we really need to address it. It's been more than 62 years, more than 6 decades in Pakistan, and European Union has developed a very nice diplomatic relationships. What milestones, what achievement you think that you have achieved in these years so far?
Well, we cover quite a lot in the relationship. So really the waterfront. So the three main pillars are political engagement, trade, which we can talk about some more, GSP+, that's the kind of thing that everybody knows, and development cooperation. But we also work on, together with Pakistan, on human rights issues, rule of law issues, security, counterterrorism, climate change, energy, culture, you name it, we probably work on it.
Climate change is one of the main issues that every other person is talking about it, and I think we all need to address this issue. How do you think that, how can you support Pakistan in fighting this cause, because it's one of the main issues?
Yeah, it is one of the main issues. Pakistan produces less than 1% of greenhouse gas emissions per year globally. But it's one of the most climate vulnerable countries in the world. And in the EU, we produce about 9% of global greenhouse gases, and we're trying to make up by being one of the biggest public finance sources for taking care of the problem. So we put in about 30% of public finance for climate mitigation. So that's kind of the baseline. But what we do, we've been working together with Pakistan for over 15 years on climate issues, including on working on renewable energy, hydropower plants, micro hydropower plants, and that sort of thing, more sustainable agriculture. You know, a lot of what we do, in fact, it's one of our priorities in development cooperation right now, is sustainable development, and sustainable with an emphasis on the sustainable.
Okay. You have been working for women empowerment in Pakistan, and especially the education, to raise the education level in Pakistan. How do you think that you have more room in empowering more women in Pakistan?
Well, we do, you know, we focus on women and girls in everything that we do in our development cooperation. So it's one of the major sort of objectives of our development cooperation. It doesn't matter what we're working on, whether it's on development entrepreneurship or looking at sustainable agriculture. We always ask ourselves, well, are 30% at least of the beneficiaries women? How is this going to affect women? It's always through that filter. So we've mainstreamed the notion of women's equality and gender empowerment, but that's also a priority for us because that's what we believe in the European Union that one should do. It's the right thing to do, but it's also the economically intelligent thing to do.
You've also done a lot about student exchange program. Please tell us about it.
Well, we have a very successful exchange program called the Erasmus Mundus, the Erasmus Plus, actually, and those students out there listening right now, watching the show, should know that we've just opened the applications for next year. So they should keep a close eye on our website on that. We're very proud of the fact that for the second year in a row, Pakistan's students have come up with the highest number of Erasmus Mundus, Erasmus Plus scholarships. And that's a real tribute not only to Pakistan's educational institutions, but to the resourcefulness, the intelligence, the kind of drive of young people in this country. I've been only impressed by what I've seen.
It's an election season, and how do you think that you can encourage people for more economic activities, and especially how can you engage the people who are living in European Union countries?
Well, it's elections for us as well. It's elections for over 50 countries in the world, and including in the European Union. And we firmly believe that it's very important to have elections here as set on February 8th.
Process, it isn't indeed.
Yeah, for sure, inclusive elections. So that is something that we keep an eye on. But how do we encourage at home? Well, we have a broad campaign for people to get out and actually vote, because it is important to show one's civic choices. This is at the heart of anything that democracy does. We are also working together with our member states here to make sure that European citizens who are in Pakistan can vote for our own elections.
Okay, so a lot of people who are watching us, बहुत से लोग जो हमें देख रहे हैं, I also have to translate in Urdu. They are very much interested in asking you about how do you find Pakistani food?
Oh, I love Pakistani food, but this is a question that I very frequently asked. I'm puzzled because Pakistani food is fantastic. It's so good, and
lots of spices, different spices.
Yes, and in different places, not so much spices. There's a great variety, and I think there's something for everybody.
Which did you like the most so far?
I love dal. Actually, I just love dal.
Oh, yeah. Dal chawal, dal with rice.
Yes.
Wow. So, and other than dal chawal, have you tried Karachi's biryani?
I will tonight.
You got to try this. It's very yummy. It's very delicious, and you'll have very rich taste of it. By the way, since you are in Karachi and you are here for a few more days, so I need to ask that if you are going to have any political engagements, like are you going to meet any people, anyone from the political parties who came here, stakeholders in Karachi?
I'll say yes. I am meeting representatives of political parties. I'd rather just leave it at that.
Thank you so much, Riina, for joining us. We had a lovely time. We had a lovely time talking to you. हमारे साथ मौजूद थे जनाब यूरोपीय यूनियन के एम्बेसडर रीना क्योंकी, और हमने उनसे बात की कि जी पाकिस्तान और यूरोपीय यूनियन के जो ताल्लुकात हैं वो तकरीबन अब से नहीं, तकरीबन ये 6 दिहाइयों पर कहते हैं मुहित हैं। 62 साल पाकिस्तान और यूरोपीय यूनियन के दरमियान जो ताल्लुकात है उसमें ये ट्रेड पर जिस तरीके से एक्सटेंसिवली काम करने के एक ट्रेड जो है वो बढ़े, और साथ में वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट के हवाले में से भी इन्होंने हमसे बात की। मुझे एक छोटी सी जनाब ब्रेक लेनी है। ब्रेक के बाद मैं वापस आती हूँ, कहीं मत जाइएगा।